Hello, 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 and welcome back to another live stream. Happy Friday, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Alejandro, hope you're doing well. Welcome in. What's with the suspense music? Why not? Is it not suspenseful waiting for me? Hello, Guts. Welcome in. Happy Friday. Hope you're doing well. It's finally Friday. Hallelujah. Yay. Wait, I have the button. Yay. Yeah. Today I don't have much new to report. But we are going to be figuring out how the hell to say the best way to save and load giant arrays for what I'm doing. And yeah. Because for Sunday's video. And we'll go from there. Yes. I don't have much. I don't have much. Sorry. Did you get into it? Because we have this, right? Yeah. Big. There we go. Big. Spawn trees, but I want to save this. I want to save and load this for the tutorial. At least show like a way of doing it. So that's the plan. We need a way of saving and loading this. Hey. Am I out of it? Maybe a little bit. It's been an interesting day at work. By that I mean like it's been a whole lot of this because of Maya. God, Maya has been such garbage today. Also, happy Friday the 13th. If you're superstitious, this probably sucks for you. But otherwise, it's probably gonna be a lovely day. So here's what I'm thinking. I need a save game. Save game. We're going to need to save this and load this. That's gonna be a save game. I don't know. Forest. And in here, we're gonna need some variables. Well, we need a struct because we need to save the information. No, a struct will be a pain in the ass to do. Let's do static mesh. Because we're going to need to check if it's the right static mesh. And we're also going to need a transforms. And this is going to be a static mesh. Let's do A, and then we just do a B. Because we're only doing with 2, so theoretically that'll be fine. Now, where's my character? I'm gonna do the save game on here. Oh yeah, this is event graph. this is not needed for this one. Event begin play. So I guess I would do it before all this. So, save game. Does save game exist? Slot name, save. Index user 0. If it does, load save game. Load game from slot. Save. I don't remember which one I need to cast to. If it doesn't, create save game. Create save game, object. Save game slot, or class is save game forest. Or to variable. Save game reference. Is it this? No. Save game. I always forget. There's like two different ones that you have to like plug in from one to the other. And I always forget. I could load up my own graph, which would, you know, make my life potentially easier. Like my own game. Oh, this is not the save game reference. This is the save game. Oh, it is. No, hold on. There's the save game object, or and then from here, actually, from here, then I do a cast to SG Forest because I can't do that from here. Right, I can't do get. I can do get the transforms from here. I don't need to do that. Loads game from slot. Hold on. I think I need to cast on this one. Cast to SG Forest. I think that's what I need to do. And then cast to if it doesn't exist, load it, and then save game to slot. Save slot name is save. User index 0. Theoretically, this should work. Theoretically, this should work. Let's find out. If I just get like static mesh and just put something in here, cube with socket. So it's gonna say false here first. Print string. Then we get the save game object. Get static mesh A. Print it. I'll make this one green. And we do the same thing after we load it. This one can be yellow. Okay, there's the cube, and then this time it should be yellow. Yep. And to make sure that it works, if we just go ahead and just do set static mesh A to be something else right before the save. For the save is kind of important. Hey, Sermon. Hello, Chess. Welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Oh, this is going to be its own thing. So let's do like tab key. And here, I'll put this on the number 4. We'll set it to be a arcade sphere. Then save it. Because it's already here. It's already, we already got it. So we're gonna press 4 and then we're gonna print it here. Get static mesh A. Entering. Hope you guys doing well. Welcome in. You're about to upload your first UE tutorial to YouTube. 0 to playable character in 10 minutes. Nice. Nice. Arcade editor, sure, cool. So it works. Good. That's all it was. Okay. So we got this all working. Fantastic. So we have the save game object. So now we can go ahead and store the information. Let's see if we can do that. So this one takes 2. So what we need to do is I need to know the array index. So I need to just program this to a local variable. You want a good jump added? It's 15 minutes. Oh, if you want a good jump added, oh, it'd be 15 minutes. I mean, what constitutes a good jump? Because the default character, you know, blueprint has jumps built in. Right, this is the character, and I can just do jump. So what is the difference? Like what makes your jump quote unquote good compared to this one? Re-rigging as well? If you can do all that, I mean 10 minutes on an edited video. Yeah, you can do that. I can see that. I can see that. So here, what we need to do is, assuming cast success, we can just do check if the array index is the first one. If it is, then we get the save game object. Set static mesh A to be get static mesh to be you, and then we need to also get transforms A and set array element. Index will be the index of the hit index. It'll be scaled to fit, and the item will be the transform of this, which means easiest way to do this will be to, instead of dragging it all the way through, I'm gonna do a make transform rotation, location, scale. Need that. Recombine. Put you in there. Oh, actually, I'd probably want to if I update it here, that means when I get the information, it will get the updated one. So I can just get the instant transform, actually. So I can just do this. That's fine. 10 minutes includes the avatar pipeline, 3 animations, idle and walk run, no edits, 10 minutes. How do we... 0 to playable character. Okay. The immediate question I have is it well modeled and rigged for animation? Or is it just like it's a model, but it's not one that's good for like low poly games / like the topology doesn't work super well type things? Like how good is it as an actual like, because modeling, even low poly model, will take you more than 10 minutes, like a good character. Oh, you're accusing their stuff. Got it. I see. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. I mean, go for it. I would check if there's no are there no tutorials for it? I mean, I guess it's a random website, so I guess it makes sense when there's wouldn't be necessarily a tutorial for it. Oops. Taking those models you generate, delete the armature in Blender, adding to Mixamo and re-rigging, and using Mixamo animation. I mean, as long as it works quickly and easily, again, it works well, I guess I don't see why not. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a, I don't see a reason why it wouldn't work theoretically. I mean, I say the only thing is check to see if there's already a tutorial for it. But otherwise, just make sure you're like doing something like more or better. But otherwise, yeah. Hey, Blue Sneaker, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. I'm working on Sunday's tutorial. Right, I'm showing how to set this up, where you can like basically spawn the world, you know, around you. But I want to save this and actually load it like when I start a new game, right? Because it's cool that I'm generating this, but if I don't have a way for people to like properly save and load, I feel like that's missing something. Like, this is cool already, like for runtime, right? But I'd want to do saving and load, which is why I'm testing out right now and making sure I can do that as well for Sunday's video on how to do this, which is, you know, surprisingly very simple. Create a scene and then record your path as a spline? No. Ain't no splines involved. Would be cool for a loading screen? I mean, I guess. Hey, SP45, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Is how you make a Tron game? Wait, what part of that is like a Tron? Like a Tron game? Wait. I mean, I haven't exactly played a Tron game, to be fair, but when I think Tron, I think like blue lights and like and that's it. Tree Tron. There are worse kinds of Trons. Should probably just promote this to a variable. Save. Plug this in. So then you can put it everywhere. There you go. Feels more real because you crash into a tree instead of a light beam. It's like Snake Online where you just, where you are the snake, you can't cross your own path. Oh yeah, that's basically Snake. Yeah. The light cycles, they leave the barrier behind them. Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I guess so. Except, ooh. Okay. I might have done something bad because frame rate's not happy. Escape. Yeah, that's 5.6. What I'm gonna be doing, it doesn't require 5.6, but then the problem is this. Let's not have that here. Let's make this 4. Are we fine then? Okay. Okay, so if we have this, and I press 4, okay, we're fine. Then I quit. Theoretically, it's saved, and we can tell if it's saved if I do get instant transforms, it's any one of these. Length. Print string. Yeah. 44,000. Oh, yeah. It worked. Okay. So unload. What's the best way of doing this? Get components by class. Instance static mesh component for each. We're going to check if this get static mesh. Check if this is equal to static mesh A equal to this, because we're only working with 2. So if it is or it's not. Actually, you don't need a branch. You should do select. So here we can do set static mesh, and we just do a select. Actually, if it's no, all we need to do is check if it matches. Because if it matches, then we know which one it is. So if it's true, set transforms. Set instance get. Hold on, get instance transforms. Oh, batch update instances transforms. That's the one we want. That's the one we want. But also I realized that on here, when I set it, I want to modify this actually. Are you using the rewind debugger to save your path? No, I don't even know what that is. I'm not doing anything to save the path. Make transform. Don't worry. There'll be a video on it Sunday. It's just spawning in with PCG and I'm just up making things work. Don't worry. Location goes in, rotation goes in, scale. Oh wait, no, this would be correct. So here's the here's what I need to figure out. I hate that undo does little moves like this. Here's what I need to figure out is when I attach it here, I want like a minimum transform on it. Because otherwise it's going to be 0. Is it fine if it's 0? We'll find out. I don't think it will be. I think I'll need to modify some things. But yeah, we'll find out. We'll find out. Get transforms B.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
I think the problem will be the fact that I am scaling it, not adding to it. Yeah, I'm scaling it. Yeah. Oh, you know, here I can do the math. I can do it here. I can do whatever it is and then just do a minimum for the calculations here. Or sorry, a maximum. One max. No, it's fine. It's fine. I know where to do the math. We're gonna save it all. We're gonna load it all, damn it. And we're gonna add a clear option, I guess. Well, a clear option would just be to regenerate. Yeah, it would just be to regenerate. So there should be a relatively simple clear. It's gonna be good. There's something I've been someone asked me to look into something that I'm kind of excited to look into and kind of like it's gonna be interesting, which is basically like a racetrack, effectively, like spline based racetrack, but it would need to. It also like you want to be able to control the racetrack in terms of like not just like where things like how fast something is, but also like where it slows down, where it speeds up. So if you wanted to like have something pass someone else at a very specific time, you could control like set that up. So I'm gonna need to look into that, and I'm kind of excited and doing racing, I guess. Well, not doing racing, but like figuring out racing. I'm not racing. I was like, we're all in Unreal. That sounds fun. Can I do a max vector? No. Okay, well, in our case, it is uniform. So I can just do any one of these. Max float. I just need to know the PCG graph. What is the size that I made it? I made them 0.001. That makes sense. Max 0.001. Now, hopefully, that will work. Because their scale will be 0, it might not. It might not detect it at all. We'll find out. But that should then batch update the values. Unload. Well, okay, good start. It's not doing anything. Okay, what? Oh, I'm getting components of nothing. Unload. I need a reference to I need a reference to the actual thing. Forest. Let's just call it forest. We want to do this, and then I want to have this exposed on spawn. No, insensible. Oh wait, in my case, it's I just need to set it. So on begin play. Let's first do get actor of class. And then we set it. Okay. I pressed play. Performance. What? Why are we still having performance? I understand having performance issues, like, for a moment. Yoo-hoo! Ooh. Maybe the whole saving and loading this won't work. It's very nice painting if that helps. It does, thank you. Yoo-hoo! Unreal. If you would. Hey Terry, welcome in. How's it going? Oh. Welcome in. He made an actor that duplicates itself when interacting with it. Then you did a sphere trace and interacted with everything overlapping. That sounds like it can go wrong real quick. I'm gonna do is turn this off. Then your kid came by and spammed interact and locked up your client. Yeah, that'll do it. If you make a chain reaction, basically. I pressed play, by the way. Why is the frame rate so bad? I don't understand why the frame rate's tanking. Because this should only happen twice and then not again. Oh yeah, YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Yeah, I dropped frames. My computer's real chugging then. But during that, yeah, I've dropped frames during that. I mean, now I'm not chugging. Why though? Hold on, PCG, generate on demand, please. Could that be why? Okay, let's see if we have connection issues. Oh, let's see. The fact that it hasn't played immediately is worrying. It only prints twice. Why is the... Yeah. Yeah, a lot of frames dropped when I do this. Okay. Why? I mean... Okay, so it seems like I can't just update the instance transforms. Streaming 3, 2, no. Does that mean we can't do a save load? Okay, here's another idea I had. If we can't do this, okay? If we can't do this. Bad. Save game object. I don't... How do you write to a JSON format? I was doing to a save game because that's what I know. can I save the instance? Can I save the component? Okay. Can we save the components instead? Instead of doing the instances, what if we try to saving the components? Okay. So disconnect you. And we just get this set ISM A on true and ISM B on false with the current. What if we just save the entire thing? Okay. And then on load, could I then get ISM A and then add I want to add this component back. How do I... Because that would work. Theoretically, but I can't add this component back. Set. I just want to override the entire component. I would have loved to override the entire component. Or add this specific component with all the settings to it on it. That doesn't seem like it's going to be an option though. It all started so well as always. It always falls down. It always crashes and burns. What is the point of saving an instance or component if you can't just add it? So now you can add component by class, but I don't want to do by class because that doesn't give me any of the settings of this. I guess component. Attach actor to component. Hold on. Hold on. Attach component. Component to component. Hold on. Maybe we can do this. Get PCG. Okay, that's a component. Wait, what? Okay, or not. Get root component. What if we did this? This could be very bad or very good. In just a second. Are you saving by timer or by tick? No, I'm not. I'm saving on a button press. I only save when I want to. Oh yeah, I'm not doing it on tick. So if I do this, then I save. Accidentally trying to read. Oh, because it's an object reference, it needs to be in the world. Is that it? Hold on. No, it could be because I have a save game. Hold on. Because my save game is not set up for it. Hold on. Let's see if this we can fix this. Where are the save? Where do the saves go? Why don't I see a save games folder? Oh, I think I'm in the wrong. Hold on. I'm in the wrong thing. I'm in the wrong project because, right, I'm in the other one right now. Where's my testing project? That's why I'm in the wrong one because I sorted by date, but it doesn't update the name of the. Because it's there. Saved. Save games. There it is. Delete. I was in there looking in the wrong project, that's why. Okay. So come here, run around. Press 4. It says saved. Escape. Play. Shit. Why? Why? Poop. It doesn't have any other components that I see here either. Attach component to. Why don't I have a? I have actor to component. What? Why would I want to attach an actor to a component? I want to attach component to actor, but attach the root component of this actor to the supply component. No. What we could do is try spawn actor from class. Spawn a basic actor. And get a root component. That is the parent at origin. Hey, Patrol, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Nice, Patrol. Congratulations. Enjoy. Enjoy. Oh, here's one we actually should check. Get instance count. Is it even getting the instances? 76,880. So it is. It is absolutely getting the instances. You gonna go on a boat ride and no be the passenger? Nice. Have fun. That sounds like fun. Well, so it saves the information. But we don't see it. Get components by class. Just get the length. If it works, it should print 3, and it doesn't. It prints 2. But why? How do we get the component and all its information in the world? Spawn. Is a deadlocking problem. Do you need a delay between the load and the execution? Let's add a delay. A delay until next tick. Nope. I didn't think so. Nope. All right, I'll even use a delay just for shits and giggles. Yeah. No difference. We confirm that this has the information. It has the transforms. It has everything, right? We can even do get static mesh. Okay, print string it. Right? It has the information. We just need to basically spawn this information in the world. Is it not active? I saw an active thing. Nope. The problem is when we try to add the component, it doesn't work. Ba, 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 ba. I'm going to promote to a variable. Okay. And I just want to see at the end here is valid. Just for shits and giggles. It's valid. It just doesn't exist. It just doesn't exist. Okay. Batch freaking update doesn't work. That was gonna be the way I did it. Is batch update. Here's a thought I have. I could do this very differently, potentially. Using the clear PCG link. Assuming this can work live. Okay, we could try option 3. Okay? Try option 3.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
Option 3 will be to convert the dynamic PCG and lock it to a non-dynamic version, and then save that non-dynamic version and then spawn that non-dynamic version. Maybe. It gives me an object reference. I don't think this is gonna work though. It probably won't work. Because normally you have to spawn an actor and it gives you the default settings of that actor. And when you spawn an object, it gives you the default settings of the object. So I don't think this is gonna work either. But it's worth trying. We won't know until we try. Again, it's cool that we can do this at runtime. Right? Still. But it'd be nice to be able to save it. That's the only thing. I would like to be able to save it and load it. We'll see. We'll see after the ads. Ads are almost done. So what I'm going to do is just, instead of all this on 4, I'm going to do a clear PCG link. Promote to a variable. Just for testing right now. And then I can do I can't do spawn actor, right? It'll be spawn Can I not do spawn object? Hold on. Get components by class. Instance static mesh component. Print length. Okay. So that also is not gonna work. God damn it. Are you saving the PCG information or the pawns PCG information? That also doesn't work. Okay. All I want, and all I'm trying to figure out is how do I just save this state? If I was to log off or like quit and come back, I want it to just be here like this. But this is PCG. It's not live PCG. It doesn't technically have to be live PCG. You can do this with just any actor with instance static mesh components. So, but I would like to have saved it and loaded it. We've tried now to save the array of transforms and then set them. That for some reason makes the performance just plummet, which is real weird. I don't know why. Could you save the pawn's location per tick and then replay them? No, because I want to be able to just load. If I'm playing a game, I don't want to unload, have me go somewhere. What if this is a massive world of like, you know, and I'm playing a game and I have like puzzle and it... No. No. If I have a static mesh component, you know what we could try? We could try asking AI. You did that and got a link to my video? Good AI. Good AI. The sad thing is, if you use ChatGPT, I do get occasionally my videos. I don't get them here. But ChatGPT will occasionally give me my own videos when I ask like help on a PCG thing, and I know the video because I made the video and it doesn't answer the question. So thanks, ChatGPT. Thanks for linking my video though. I appreciate that. But use an add instance static mesh component. Add instance to the instance mesh. For each, yeah, the problem is this is not an option. Optimize steps to spawn instant mesh component with many instances. Create instant mesh component. Use the add instances. No, there is no add instances mode. I'm pretty sure there's no add instances mode. Let's confirm though. Add. Oh, I could do it. Add instances. Okay. Okay. We could try that. That might cause everything to crash out and lag. Okay. That is very possible. So this was supposed to be ISM B. But let's put this back. So on load then for forest, add component by class. I mean, we can spot a new one technically, but instance static mesh component. Relative transform is split to be all zeros. Save game object. Get transforms A. And then get static mesh A. Wait, am I setting static mesh A still? Yes. Okay, good. Set static mesh. And then add instances. Don't update navigation. Actually, yes, updated navigation. Okay, this will probably break things. This will probably break things. The fact that it hasn't loaded yet means I'm about to drop frames, probably. Yep. This also doesn't look right. Yeah. It's I'm trying to escape. I'm trying to escape from this. We call this baiting the waiting. I've pressed escape multiple times, by the way. So, there is no way to save this information. Save and load this information. Okay, no. Hey, Grigori, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. No, I just have to wait. I have to wait for it to unfreeze. What if we stored this information gave it to the PCG graph then used it to spawn the things and then we just use the PCG graph to respawn everything for us with the new locations and everything. I'm gonna force close Unreal because it's not coming back. It's not coming back. Where is it? You. You. That's thinking. You. Okay. So what we can do is in the PCG graph, we need to get an array of points. Let's start with 1. Let's start with 1. Do you delete the save before you start a new session? No. But it overwrites the save anyway, so it doesn't matter. But that's not the problem. The problem is you can't update all those things on an actual instatic mesh. So what if we update the PCG side? So PCG, we're going to generate on demand. We're going to clean up, so it removes everything. In the variables, we're going to give it a transforms array. It needs to be exposed. So that way in the PCG graph, I can do get actor property transforms. Here, we'll just add like a couple here just to have something. 100 and X. Just do that. Why is it being so slow? Why is it being so slow? I don't have anything going on. Interesting. Okay, so there's the 2 points. I don't know why I have a color changing 0. So there's the 2 points. So we can get those points. Okay. So then what I can do is attribute 2 points. And then static mesh spawner. And then instead we can do an add attribute mesh A. Transforms A. Mesh A. Single. Static mesh. I don't know why it's being slow. Need to be A here. So we're adding you, spawning you. You are then going to be by attribute mesh A. And then what we can do is do a, before we spawn these, use a difference. To cut these out, I think. Theoretically. And the wait needs to wait for. I don't think I'm gonna need this, but so I'm not gonna have it plugged in yet. But that's the 5.6 thing in case we need it. So now it won't generate. So what we do is go back here. Let's clear out this, the transforms on this. And remove all this. This is not a thing. This is all bad. Bad. So let's just double check that if I play now, nothing spawns. Why does it spawn? Clean up. Did I not clean it up before? Generate on demand. Save. Play. Okay, there we go. So nothing has spawned. Okay. So now, what we want to do is take the forest, set mesh A, then get static mesh A with this. And then we want to do set transforms A. With get transforms A. After all that, get PCG. Generate force. If for some reason there's no save data or anything like that, then we just need to generate it, without anything, which is fine. Okay. Good start. It doesn't generate at all. Just you son of a bitch. Why? Why does it not generate at all? What the shit? Well, it prints it. What? Why doesn't it generate? Because if I was to generate here and press play, right, it works. Like the PCG graphical works as is. Well, the problem is not the point. The problem is the generate. Because if I press play right now and I go to can I not select it in the outliner? Okay, selecting in the outliner might have been a mistake. Oh, also, I don't know. Okay. Oh, I just kill Unreal. It's fine. It's fine. In this painting, they have an abstract world called Empty. Yeah. I am saving though, at least. It doesn't generate Y. Can I do a print string here? Print a screen. Well, that doesn't work. I am the Bob Ross of PCG. That's a new one. Okay, I'm gonna delete the save game entirely. Okay, save game is gone. Okay. Play. So even this doesn't generate anything. Is valid. Oh, I know why. God damn it. Add box collision. No collision. Just go away. Just it's the stupid real runtime crap that I forgot about. Okay. Generated. Okay. Save. Quit. Play. Why am I having such low frame rates and God, everything, my computer? What happened? Why did it do that again? Why does it do that? I don't understand why the frame rate tanks all of a sudden. because this is working. Still life photography all the race these days. I mean, seriously. Sorry for the drop frames. I don't know why it's struggling to do this. That's the thing. Because on this one now, theoretically, it should just... It should just spawn them. Hold on, I'm gonna remove the static, remove the rest. Okay, let's just have it spawn. Oh, I hold on, turn this back on because I deleted the save game. So let's, you know, spawn some stuff. Okay, save it. Then remove this. I'll be honest, I don't understand. Wait. Wait. Do I understand? No, I don't understand. No, never mind. I don't understand. No. I thought maybe it's like tracing itself, but then like the collisions I didn't reset, so it shouldn't. I
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
I figured on this one it should just generate the PCG as I told it to. Because now I'm just telling it to do this. I'm just telling it to just spawn this. Oh. Oh. I think I know why. I think I might know why. I forgot my little part from a tutorial of this I did before. Can you spot the problem here, guys? Here, I'll zoom in on the problem for you. Can you spot the problem with what I was doing? Now, this doesn't necessarily fix anything, but I found a problem. I didn't set the positions. I have them as like what they are, but set attribute. So we want to set position from transform a dot position. Transforms a dot position. Okay, so then now we have the positions. Okay. Doesn't mean it's gonna fix things. So again, so it's getting the spawn now. Every time I hit play, it performance drops. I'm sorry about that. The question is, why is the performance so bad? Because that's kind of important. Oh, you know what? I can just do. I don't need to do all this. Let's just do set point transform from transform A. Just do that. That gets us all the information. Right, so that saves it. Okay, so what if is it somehow triggering multiple times? I don't think so. Because even if it did, it would just regenerate itself. Nope. Why does the performance tank? Okay, how is it 38,000? Okay, that might be a problem. Why are there 38,000? I know why there's 38,000, because I made a boo-boo. I know why there's 38,000, because here... well, I set the array element to the index. If the index is already... is just 30, it happens to be 38,000, then that's why. No, that's fine. But actually, no, we don't need to do set array element in this version. In this version, we don't want to do set array element. In this version, we want to get the save game object and then get transform. Oh, just here. Then we just need to do add unique. In this version, I don't want to do this in this version. Okay, I'm going to delete the save game. Let me okay, clear you. Clear you. Okay. Then PCG, reconnect this. Okay, so we have our normal thing. Okay. Then I save it, quit. So it worked, sort of. Save. Quit. Play. Does that look right? I feel like there's less foliage here. Whoa, what's with the frames? What's with the frames? Why frames? Any more paintings? That's good. We just got paintings. This isn't quite right. It's not. Why did it lag after that then? It still started lagging. Right now we're fine. But as soon as I have more spawning... Oh, geez. Or more, yeah, doing this behind me. Oh, hold on. I know why. Hold on, I figured out also why. No, hold on, no. I know why, okay? It's because we're setting it immediately on the save game no, we're setting it on the save game object. We're not setting it on the PCG. This only happens once. Why is it complaining? It's complaining because we're just setting too many here, I think. I think we're just doing this too much. I think it's just not happy about how many things per frame basically you can do. Yeah, that's it. That's the problem. It's the same problem on loading and saving. Damn it. Bum. What I could try doing instead of that is have a smaller timer and spawn spheres behind me, like positions for just the radius of like where I'm spawning. So it'll be considerably easier. And then I just do a remove after that. So what we can do is instead of doing this here, we set up another timer. This will be like every 0.05 seconds. custom event, store transform. So what we need to do is what we were doing here. So we need to get this one, for example. Hey Zebra, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. All over your head, but interesting things are happening. Hopefully. So we need to do set transforms a, or no. Get transforms a, add unique. So if it is not unique, it's not gonna work. Then we do make transform. The location, oh, I guess I should put it in here. The location needs to be this. The rotation can be 0, that doesn't matter. And the scale is going to be the radius divide by 100. Because the sphere by default is already 100 units, I'm pretty sure. That becomes the scale. Also, why did I plug this here? I meant to plug this in here. This is a mess, but that's why it's not a tutorial right now. Okay. And delete the save so it doesn't mess with it. But then we have this. And then here, in the PCG graph, oh no, but that gets me where I don't want these to spawn. That doesn't get me the information. No, god damn it. Because if I want to like remove these now, based off of that, I have the information for it. That doesn't keep the original. Shit. Right, if I did can I change this to, oh no, just put this here. Mesh a sphere. Wait, what? Oh, it's because here why is static mesh A not get saved? Oh, because I'm not setting it. I just set it to be a sphere. All right, so that's the like that's my radius and stuff. I think the arcade one might be a bit bigger. So like, yeah, it's bigger. But I mean that gets me that editor sphere. Oh, maybe I just need to modify it a little. Probably divide by 2. That doesn't help me. That does not help me. Yeah, because damn it. Hum. Yeah, everything is fine. Heading game. So now, if I want to, I have places where I can't spawn them, which is where the originals were. Yay, again. Because you can see, if I run through where when I ran through before, it doesn't spawn. That doesn't help me. If I want to, you know what? It wouldn't be exact. It wouldn't be exact, but what if does intersection work? Intersection is one of those nodes that I feel like doesn't work the way I think it should be working. Okay, well, I can't move. Good start. Collision, no collision on you. And just block pawn on you. Well, it's not exactly what you had before. But it's close. Okay, I'm going to delete the save, and I'm going to just do a quick thing here. So if I just make this... There we go. So if I just do this, all right, just make a big circle here. All right, let's make a big circle here. Good enough. Save it, quit, play. I mean, look, if you paid attention to the trees and the grass, you'd be able to tell it's not the same. You would. Would you care? As a player, probably not. As a player, you probably wouldn't care. Right, so like if you come back here real quick, right, you can see this is like small tree next to big tree, right? If I save and again I quit, play again, it loads. And here's the two trees, right? They're not the same small tree next to big tree, right? But I think it gets the job done. Now, I might be coping a little bit here because I do want it to be an exact thing. Because I have if I press the one button, I randomize the width here. So I can make it wider, narrower. Yeah, I just have a little test set up for myself to make it like narrower or wider. Yeah. That's why. That's why I'm making it narrower, right? I press one and it goes wider. Yeah, it's here, I'll show you what all I'm doing is this right here. I'm just switching my radius randomly when I press one. That's it. This is purely because I wanted to do tests. I didn't want to like do like next. I didn't want to configure like do the next size because then I have to like have it loop back and don't care. So I just do like screw it, random. Random's good enough for testing. But the only thing is it takes a moment to load, to generate it. Fair. You know what? I think that's fair because we're now generating it on demand. So if we had like a load screen, that would take care of it. If PCG is procedural, it seems paradoxical to wanting to save exactly right. Yeah. But you know, could I wanted to save it exactly, like to the T, but okay, we learned that to the T is a little bit expensive. A little bit expensive as in my i9 64 gigabytes of RAM and 4080 brought the entire stream to a crawl. That kind of performance intensive. So probably that version shouldn't be used. Okay, so let me clean this up a little. So I'm gonna make this a function. This is going to be get trace location. This is going to be pure. So now I clean this up. Obviously, this is my test world. This is not even like the one where I do the tutorials in, so don't worry about it. And here I can just plug this in. That. So when I do the tutorial, I'll know I'll need to make a function for this because I'll need to reuse it. What am I getting rid of here? Okay, so we no longer need this mess. That is all not needed. Okay. That's not needed. That's from a different tutorial, but I guess I'm done with that tutorial, so I'll keep it there just in case. I don't need this. I don't need to be setting the static meshes. All the static mesh stuff I don't need to set. That does not matter at all. Then in the color, I don't need mesh A. At all. Yes, remove it. Because in the PCG graph, I don't need you. I can just make a new select something, deselect something. There we go. Where's the parameters? Graph parameters is down here. They've changed the layout on this a little bit. So I'm just going to rename this to sphere. Well, actually, I don't even need to do that because I don't even need this attribute then. We can just spawn weighted at weight 1. We're just spawning a sphere, doesn't matter. It has no collisions. The only thing is we are changing it to be hidden in game. If you have single mesh, you can't see it. you would need to save the mesh weights, right? If you have a single mesh, you can't see it. You would need to save the mesh weights. What do you mean by mesh weights? I don't quite follow the question. Oh. Did I not clean it up somewhere? Oh, I didn't. This can go away. All we're doing is saving a single bit of transforms, and we're setting those transforms. So that gets cleaned up. That gets cleaned up. Probably rename it now. We don't need the B whole side. Yes, get rid of all of this. We don't need static mesh A. Yep, go away. This is going to be trace transforms. Oh, let's go away. No, so the trees don't spawn in different spots. I should emphasize this, Blue Steaker. The trees don't spawn in different spots. They spawn in different size. That's it. The location's the same. I'll show you. Here, let me delete the save game. And if I increase my radius, there it is. Can I get the bigger one? Okay, so there's the size. Okay, so I got 2 trees next to me, right? Exactly 2.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
And now you'll have to look at those 2 trees until after the ads. But we made a full game mechanic. Yay! You can tell me he uses game mechanic now. And by the way, you can effectively use this to convert like a biome from one to another. Your eyes will gaze upon those views. Yeah. And this painting, we have a composition of trees in view. Yeah, look at that. Look at that beautiful composition. Right there. Right there. That's the view. Oh. I will say, still, the 5.6 viewport feels narrower because of the gray bar. I'll admit, still. It's not a big deal, but it does feel. I guess if I was the kind of person to not have the content browser always up, I'd have a lot more viewport space, to be fair, but I do use it all the time. Okay, so ads are over. So this, right, so with those 2 trees, I save it, I quit, and I play. Here are the 2 trees. Right? They're bigger. They're full size. They're not like the partial grown ones. If I quit and play again, they're slightly different. They randomize every time. Actually, they won't randomize. They'll go based on the seed. If the seed is not changing, right, these won't change either. You could have the seed change, but now they're stuck. Now they are just that. So now I can run around. Oh yeah, Blue Steaker, have a good one. Thanks, Tom. Bye. Right, there's another tree. Save, quit, play. Loads. There's the tree. Did that tree spawn before? Oh, let me try to spawn. Oh, there's one tree there. Save, play. Yeah, there's a few more trees because I think the radius is a little bit bigger than mine. I think we're pushing just a slightly bigger radius. Effectively, it's just a tiny bit bigger. If I did like 2.1, maybe like 2.2 might be a better effect. You put your common browser to the left. Your viewport is itty bitty. I mean, you know, it's whatever people like prefer, right? In the end. So we have those two right at the edge. Save, play. Yeah, so those two right, we now have it going further. So we actually want to make the sphere, needs to be smaller. So divide by 3. Let's try to divide by 3. So we have this tree now, because now you get the size right. Save, play. We're very close. So probably like 2.5. It's because the sphere is 100 in radius, but for some reason, not for some reason, when I move across it, the edge ones don't get like the full time to grow to be noticeable. That's why we're making it a little bit smaller. Okay, so there's 2 trees, one of them on the edge. Okay. Yeah, it's not quite, need to make it like maybe 275. Okay, there's the tree again on the edge. Save. Play. There's a tree on the edge. Okay, there we go. That's on the edge. That's pretty much as close as I think I'm gonna get. There's another tree on the edge. Save. It is on the edge. Okay, there we go. That's the value. 2.75. That is pretty much as close as we're gonna get. I mean, we might tweak around like a little bit here and there, but I think at you know, these kind of values, I think we're fine. I think we don't need to do anything. Now, I'm curious, and this might be a bad idea. What if I just saved every 0.05 seconds? How bad would that be? Let's just delete the save, play. Honestly, fine. So I'm just doing this, and if I just press escape, I don't hit save or anything. I just press play, and I'm back, and I'm good. Yeah, I guess because it's just saving one variable every, 20 times. I mean, I don't need to save it 20 times a second, but I can. I totally can, and then quit, play. Yeah. See it 30 times a second instead. Hey, Cyclocust. Welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. We did it! We can paint the world! And save the painted world! Oh, it's so good. Oh, sorry. I'm just a little happy about this one. After we went through so many, failures, this just feels good. Boink, boink. Let's see how this is. Hold on. Let's see how it does with like small ones like this. Yeah, the small ones get a little bit bigger. For sure, the small ones get a little bit bigger. But you know what? You can play around with the values at that point. See, these are a little bit bigger than the little hops that I made. Because I wasn't there for as long. If I stayed there for longer and then jumped to the next one, then it would be a little bit more the same as what I had, and it's up there. But I know it's because I stop it when I'm not moving. Paint effects like that are cool. Gives you puzzle vibes. Puzzle vibes. You could definitely use this for like an ability where you like, because you could turn this on and off, right? You could be like, do you want to make a marker somewhere in the world? Put a marker. I mean, at that point, just spawn a blueprint or something for your marker. This is more like big scale changes. Yay! Okay, well, we got our Sunday video for sure. I'm just happy. Sorry. Splatoon. Yeah, you could do Splatoon. How would you do Splatoon in a 3D world? How would you do Splatoon in a 3D world with the PCG? You could spawn it to give different transforms. Yeah, you could give different transforms. Well, here's the thing. This doesn't give you a like a value for like how much of this is covered. I would love to be able to know how much of this is covered. Actually, I think we can get this information. Print string. Print on screen. Get points count. Print string, we can plug that in. And this one, we just change it to, I don't know, green. There we go. You could actually, inside of PCG at least, find out how many of each thing there are. Which, depending on how you've, this wouldn't be like area, but this would be like how many objects are this or that. The problem becomes is you cannot get this information out of freaking PCG into blueprints. Oh, you can. If... Can you? Is there any way? No. Because post function names don't have a... Post function names don't have an input or anything. But inside of PCG, you could do it. Oh, here's what you could do. Here's what you could do inside of PCG to do this, actually. You could do the count, and then you could just be like, you know, is one, you know, greater than the other, you know, whatever. Like you can compare values, so you can see which one's the biggest, etc., right? Then you would just go off a branch based off A or B, right? And then you could theoretically then do a simple static mesh spawner that is not spawning anything, but you just give it a post-process function that says like X wins. And then what you know when it's, you know when this is greater, right? It would go like here. The only problem is this would need to, on finish, you'd want to regenerate the graph and then get this information. And then you would just basically run this post-process function that says like X wins. And in the X wins, you'd be like, is the game over? Yes or no? If yes, and X wins, then bam, there's the win screen for X. Yeah, you could totally do it. I forgot that is how I was getting the values out of... It doesn't get the exact number out of... If you want to know exactly the numbers, you couldn't do that. But it does at least allow that. Because I think even in 5.6, after instances are spawned, functions need to be parameterless. Yeah. Needs to be parameterless. So we couldn't like add a parameter and like, you know, feed something into it. What you could do, actually... No, there's a way of getting the information out of here. There is a way of getting information out of PCG, actually. I just thought of a way. I thought of a way of getting any information you want out of PCG. No, you can't do that here. You can cast, right? You can. I know you can cast to like floats, booleans, and stuff. But no, you can't like cast to something like that. Yeah, you could do cast to like rotator, Quaternion, you know, like variable types. I don't know why you would. I don't know what the point is. Cast to double. I don't know why. I don't know the use case of those casts. I've never used them personally. But I just thought of a way. Where's my notepad? I'm gonna write that down because that might be a future tutorial. I'm gonna brainstorm and test it out before I say something that's gonna be really stupid. Get from PCG. Write that down, write that down. That's what I'm doing. Write it down. But at the very least in PCG right now, you could do this. Later on, I will show probably a way of doing it better. Because now that I think I have one. And if it works, it'll be relatively simple, but it will have some caveats. So that's why I'm not. Anyway, yes, I am happy. I'm happy with this. My collisions all work, right? All the good stuff. It's almost 9. There's like 30 minutes left. Do I even load up the game dev at this point? I guess I might as well. We're done here. I'm genuinely actually grinning about this one. Now watch when I release the video on Sunday, it'll get like 10 views, and I'll cry. Usually the videos that I think will do really well do poorly, and the videos that I think are not gonna do well do well. Slight frame jumping. There might have been a few. It shows that like 0.1, 0.3%. It doesn't show that I dropped any frames when you were saying that though. So that one might have been on your side, possibly. Anyway, shall we load up game dev? It's a good Friday. Friday the 13th are usually good days, I find. I know people are like, think Friday the 13th is usually bad luck. I always think Friday the 13th is usually good luck. You got a long stream delay, 10 seconds. Check that you're live, because on YouTube there's a chance that you are in the past by like 10 seconds. But actually 10 seconds sounds about right for YouTube. Yeah, if you want less of a delay, come on Twitch. If you want better quality and like quality settings and be able to rewind other stuff like that, then stay on YouTube. Twitch has smaller delay. So you got options. Yeah, I'd say like if you want like a better chat experience, Twitch is the way to go. If you want a better like visual experience, then YouTube's the way to go. Oh yeah, so yesterday I fixed the blood thing. All right, we were looking at blood splatters. And look, they're pixelated now. They're pixelated. It's always mega delayed even when it claims live. Yeah, because I stream at 1440p on YouTube for higher quality, it ends up being a longer delay. You prefer YouTube, but Twitch is so much better for chat integration? Yeah, that's why I say if you want like a better chat experience, then Twitch is the way to go. If you want better video experience, then YouTube's the way to go. What you could do, technically, it is what, you know, have a chat, I mean, no, if you popped out Twitch chat, you'd have all the emotes, but you wouldn't get the benefit of the delay. So you could technically have the better chat experience in terms of like having emotes and stuff by just popping out the Twitch chat and staying on YouTube, theoretically, if you wanted. You wouldn't get the benefit of the lower latency, but you know, pluses and minuses. You got options though. But yeah, I fixed this yesterday. So right, we migrated this from 5.4, and I figured out why this was not showing pixelated before. That's because when I opened it, this thing had the default blood material in here. It didn't have anything here and anything plugged in. So the override that I'm hiding over here, this decal material override, wasn't doing anything. So that's why no matter what changes we did yesterday, why it would refuse to actually show pixelated. It wasn't the texture, it wasn't any of that. It was the fact that it was just not plugged. There's nothing plugged into the override. So easy fix on that part. And I believe also the rotation was just 0, so it never rotated, but it would put it at the location. So I gave it a random rotation. So now when the blood splatters, right, it's rotated randomly. So you know, it could be this way, could be this way, right? Same thing for you, right? They all use the same kind of system. So now what we're gonna do most likely is use this as our ground splatter, and then also and then these have a here, I'll move myself. These have the option to set the duration and start duration for the fade out or start delay. So we can do like duration, like 30 seconds, and then we could do start this one 30 seconds or 25 seconds. Forget which one. Nope, not that one. This one. 25. Right, so this just stays around for 25 seconds. Now, I would personally prefer to have them permanently around. So I might just make it so I just remove the fade out entirely and just keep it there, because we're gonna make it so there's just less blood potentially. Oops. To simulate. Yeah, sometimes it's not a lot on this one. I think this one's not the best. I it's back to like where it was with 3 and 1, and if I change this one to 30 and I don't know, 30. Yeah, this one has a little bit better of a splash, so you could keep it around for longer. So yeah, I think what we're gonna do is use this for the ground because we have it looks nicer. It's pixelated, which I think adds to the aesthetic. And then we will use not these. I might use this one here for when a mob dies. It'll just, and then it'll just do like a big splatter on the ground. And then there's these that I might use when they get hit. Because I believe do I have a control on this one? Hold on. Splash. Scale, velocity. There's a... It might be on the character. I don't remember. Yeah, so here... Yeah, it spawns the actor, so we can specify on this one. We could spawn it with this. So we can have it actually spawn from you. So we can have these guys, these cuts, right? Spawn the splashes that we tell it to. Yeah, it would just use this. But good stuff. World data layers can be changed dynamically, correct? I don't know what world data layers are, so I couldn't answer that question. In terms of materials like landscape painting, you cannot modify the landscape at runtime as far as I know. Many people have asked, but as far as I know, you cannot modify the landscape geo at runtime. I should clarify. You can modify the landscape material at runtime, I'm pretty sure. I don't think there's any problems with that.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
You want a paint of a perma blood through the material in the world? I mean, that's just a matter of setting that up. There's no problem with that one. Yeah, you could absolutely do something like that if you wanted to. If you want to do like a global thing, you would just use a material parameter collection, and in your materials, you would reference the material parameter collection in the alpha of what controls how much blood there is, for example. So you just have a material parameter collection that is just 0 by default, and then when you set it to 1, it'll be like full strength, of blood on wherever you specify, obviously, not just overall, unless that's what you want. But yeah, you could absolutely do that. I can make it so I can control like the emissive strength globally using an NPC. The only downside to like an NPC is if you're using a layered material. Because if you're using a layered material and you have a material layer and you're using the same material layer, like for example, on multiple levels or multiple layers, right? It would affect all the layers, not just like one of them, which maybe that's what you want. If it is, cool, there it is. But if you want it to be like, several, what you might need to do is like set up a select or a switch or something in the material to specify which NPC input to use. And in the NPC, you would just have, emissive layer 1, emissive layer 2, emissive layer 3, emissive layer 4 kind of thing. And then you could just only affect the third layer of all your layer materials, assuming that you have them, the same kind. Or if all your level layer 3s are your blood, you can affect only the blood. If all your layer 2's value is the lights, you can have it be the lights without needing to do like super crazy stuff. But that's one way of doing it, and keeping it as layered. For this effect, how does it loop? Hold on. Is it set to loop? It's set to activate. Oh, okay. So it's just where's continue? Oh, here it is. It's exposed here. So if I turned on continuous. it no longer splats multiple times. Although, which is weird because I feel like it would be the opposite. Turn off skeletal mesh decal. Cool. Yeah, we got stuff to play with. Yeah, we'll set this up on Monday. I think it's gonna make our blood a little bit better. So that wouldn't work in your instance. You're trying to comprehend it, or if or when it can be switched from decals to dynamic material. No, so dynamic material is a different thing than decals, right? So here, this is a decal, right? You just drag it out. It has a bonding box, right? But this has a material on it. All a dynamic material is taking this static material, because this is set in stone, this is what it is, and a dynamic material instance makes it so you can modify the values of this material instance specifically. So if I had multiple, I could say I want this one to be blue, but don't touch this one. I can keep these separated by using a dynamic material instance. So that way, this one would be, you know, whatever it is, right? Instead of this one. That's what you use the dynamic material instance for. You could do that for regular materials, decals, any kind of materials. If you want to control per layer, you can do that as well. Right? It also allows you to control through blueprints. So, for example, here, I'll load up, don't save. I'll load up my old material setup that I still grab stuff from time to time. Because it basically uses dynamic material instances for the entire setup. So I'll show you in a second. Right, so this is my setup, and here I have a bunch of controls, which of course are blocking again because I moved my camera down. But if we go to right there, you can see the grass. Right, you can see how it's tiling, more or less, right? Because that's thanks to a blooper material instance. That's what that's for. And if I want to, I can change the color of just that layer. But too many decals can be bad for performance, and a material with a mask can actually paint the mask. No, too many decals is not that bad. Not as bad as you think. Because if you use the same decal everywhere, one, the texture memory doesn't go up after the first one. It doesn't load a new texture, unless you're obviously having a random texture loaded in for every decal. That's somehow, texture memory does not go up because you're reusing the textures. And in terms of like draw calls, they get instanced. After the first decal, if you reuse the decal, it's less expensive for the future ones. That doesn't mean it's free. Like, there's still a limit. But I've, at work, professionally, I've had environments with thousands of decals, literally, for effectively nearly zero cost. Like, it was like that wasn't even a thought of like looking into the decals as being like a performance hit for like if we had performance issues. You have thousands of decals with no problem. Assuming they're just reusing them, absolutely. So yeah. Also, if you want, the reason I never ended up developing this further is there's some good stuff here that I really like. It allows you to override like the normal map here and other maps in general. Like if I want to, I can override the RGB mask here, like for a layer, not for overall. For that layer, I can tell it to override the texture or override the controls of that RGB mask. It's very powerful. The problem is it's dynamic material instance, which means it is using a blueprint. The alternative is using, which is cheaper, a custom primitive data, but custom primitive data doesn't support textures. That's the main one, right? It only supports primitive data based on the name. You know, who would have guessed? So it only supports basically a float / scalar, depends on where you're looking. So that's the only thing, is if I wanted to have like one material that can be really nicely customized per layer, then that's how I do it. Also, the problem is custom primitive data doesn't allow per layer control. But this requires you to put your static meshes in blueprints. So the alternative that I was thinking at one point was to put it into a actor component at one point, because then you just drop it on a static mesh to set it up. But I believe actor component has had other issues, because then you're still, yeah, I believe there's still other issues using actor component, which is why I never set up further. But if I go here, I mean, I can show you a little preview of this. If I go to the event graph, oh, sorry, not event graph, construction script. I see, event graph. Event graph doesn't matter here. It's all in construction. So this is like this is everything, and there's like all this is in functions. And here's all like layer controls, and you can see this is where you set up structs that affect different controls. And this one, right, there's a bunch of that's how you gotta do it when there's that many controls for like every single layer, and you need to make it work for every layer. This is modular per layer, because it uses loops for every layer. So it's all very powerful, but again, the problem is because I wanted texture control, that's what it had to be. I might rework it as an actor component, and then but in terms of the material itself, this is the material. This is the material, I mean. This is the base material. Okay, this is the base material. Then the material layer is this. This is the material layer. It has things like parallax occlusion mapping, UV controls, fake light shadows, which I did a tutorial for, height blends, ambient occlusion, normals, fake skylit reflections, opacity, right? All the normal stuff, anisotropy and tangents, specular metalness, right? All the normal stuff here. So that's the material layer, is this. And then material layer blend is really where the stuff happens. This is my material layer blend. If I put myself down here, I can make the screen better. But here I can do like light based masking. So this, it says point light spotlight. This is a world location light. All it is a radius from a point that falls off 0 to 1. But you can use a world location basically fall off in the world. So if you want to mask something, like when you go into a certain area, it becomes like changes material as it walks through it. You can do that with this. You could also just use this if you wanted to just have a world gradient from a spot outwards, right? Just simple stuff. This also had support for spotlights. Also, I cannot take credit for this setup. I got this from a video on YouTube. I'm saying what it does. I also have support for directional lights here. Same thing. I can have multiple directional lights, which will give you a mask of like if it's facing the directional light versus not facing the directional light, right? So you can have like two masks. I mean, it's all geo-based. And then I can combine them or multiply them. So you can have a triplanar, vertex paints, Fresnels. This all way, by the way, you can blend, combine the blends on all this. So you can do a triplanar, vertex paint, Fresnel, 3D noise, fall off, world height gradient, actually like a height blend, which I did a tutorial for on the channel. RGB and sub masks, so basically 2 RGB masks. And this whole contraption here is my ability to turn off and on what I'm blending. So if I go to my material, and there are layer parameters here, and I go to the layer blends. Here I can specify what I want to blend. And if I don't want to blend the base color, I just don't. So if I turn on base color here, you'll see this is white. The base color of this layer is white, but all I'm blending from this layer up above is the normal. Because I just added a detail normal effectively through a layer. So it's very powerful. I spent a long time like working on this, but in the end, I just didn't like. I didn't like that it was required a blueprint to make full use of the functionality. You could do everything. You could set it up. You could just keep the material part if you wanted to. It's just a very powerful material, and again, you can do like an RGB. I a lot of the times would use a RGB mask combined with a 3D noise, combined with a fall off. So like, because you could do here. I'll show you. If I do like noise breakup, I turn on base color. Right, so I have noise breakup. I can increase the contrast, and then I can tell it to be like a top-down fall off. Right, I have the top-down fall off, and then I can make this like have a more of a fall off here, right? So now I can start getting like almost like a fake snow with just some noises, a fall off. And if I needed an RGB mask to then mask it within a certain area, I can, right? Because it all stacks together modularly. Who would have guessed that I like procedural and modular thing? I know, crazy. And if I wanted to, then I can also mask it by Fresnel. So I get to combine all of that, and now it's only on the Fresnel. And I can invert it. So now I only have it in the top, in the main center area, and it falls off on the sides. And I can change this to like, change the values here, change the contrast. And now it falls off on the sides and only at the top. This is why I like this setup, right? Because it allows you to have so many controls. And I'm on this version, I'm only blending the base color and the normals. If I wanted to also blend metallic, I could turn on metallic. And then if I go to here and I turn on metallic to 1, well, it's hard to see on this one. But if I turn it back to 0 and 1, it's hard to tell. Let me do like specularity to 0, and I'll turn on to blend specularity. Yeah, so now specular value 1, 0. Okay, well, it's a shitty layer to test on. This one. Yeah, so this one has, right, this one has a height blend, if I recall correctly. But anyway, that's the power of dynamic material instances. You can control it per instance. In this case, this is one actor, which is why both of them are being controlled at the same time. But if I had, this actor copied here, right? I could change this one's through a dynamic material instance to be something else. Here. But yeah, the layered materials, I love them. I think for hard surface, specifically for hard surface, not in all cases. I don't mean like hard surface, like a statue where you need like intricate like detail, like a character. I mean like actual hard surface, like tables, architecture, you know, things of that nature. I only work in layered materials. It's so much control, and you can just tile things more. The resolution is just infinite because you tile it for the object. So it's great. Yeah. But yeah, hopefully that, as you say, inspired you at least a little to set things up. I love layered materials. I'm waiting for Substrate to get actual layered setup. Apparently in 5.6 it's starting. Actually, I should have checked that. In 5.6 apparently Substrate got layered, but it's buggy. But that was during the preview, not a full release. So maybe it's better now. I should check it out at some point. But assuming Substrate gets access to, you know, layered parameters, then I'm like, okay, then I can start looking up to Substrate. That's been my one reason why I'm like, now Substrate. Until Substrate gets actual layered, I'm like, nah. No. But yeah, that's why I have all of this. That's why I have all of that. Yep. Anyway, good stuff today. We got a awesome. I mean, we got the saving and loading basically done, which honestly I did not think we would. So I am looking forward to that. I guess look forward to that on the weekend. Tutorial coming Sunday. I'll make sure to record everything and, you know, so I'll show you guys how to do it, so you can do it for yourself and your own projects. Yeah. But I hope you guys have a lovely weekend. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy Friday the 13th. You know, hopefully yours wasn't filled with bad luck. Mine was relatively good. Okay, guys. Have a good night. Take care. Get some rest. Get some sleep. Enjoy your weekend. Bye-bye.